Hey, delighted to have you with me. Today, we're going to talk about how to ask for testimonials from freelance clients. Now, this is a pretty straightforward one, really, but there are some little nuances you can do to improve your success and to get better quality testimonials that you can use to leverage for your new business, for your marketing, for your website, for your portfolio, etc., etc. So, in terms of going about when to ask clients for testimonials, now, obviously, you don't want to do that prematurely. So, if you've just started with a new client and maybe you're in the early stages of onboarding or just past that phase, but you're just launching some activity, depending on obviously what services you do, you could be midway through a project or you may have launched a campaign. Just make sure it's not too soon in the process. You need to get to a point where you feel very comfortable that they would almost certainly be happy to give you a testimonial. You really don't want that awkwardness of someone's like, because some people do, and quite rightly, have high standards for who they give testimonials to, because obviously that makes the whole process for everybody work more effectively if only people who are really legitimately recommending others kind of publish testimonials. So you want to get to that point where you're absolutely confident that you know they're very happy with your service, their work, your work. There's a lot of trust and credibility built up in the relationship, and you know they'd be legitimately happy to recommend you. One of the ways you know you're there is if they actually do that, they recommend and give you a referral, and that's an absolute trigger to say thank you so much for that. Would you mind just putting together your words that you recommended me to your colleague in a brief testimonial? So that's a good trigger. But let's say that hasn't happened. So now we're going back to this situation where you're very comfortable that you feel you're in that position. Timing wise, it's really good to do it off the back of some good results. So let's say you're a web developer designer, for example, and you build a new website for your client. The best time to ask for a testimonial is on completion of when that site's gone live. So you've gone through all the rounds of amends, they've approved everything, the site's then gone live. That's when you can jump in and ask for a testimonial. Great time. If you're a marketer, digital marketer, maybe you've had a very successful campaign, that's the perfect time. Just off the back of something that's been completed, something successful, it just makes sense. It feels right. The client's very happy to do so. They're in a very positive mindset about your relationship. So they're going to work. They're going to write the best testimony you could possibly get at that time as well. Now, in terms of asking them what to write, one of the things you want to do for your clients, generally in my view, but particularly around this testimony, is just make it as easy as possible for them. You don't want to make it kind of onerous and too difficult. So a very brief summary. And you can maybe provide a little bit of a framework of some testimonials. So obviously you want to leave it up to them what they write and get their own words, and that's much more natural, much better, comes across with a lot more credibility. But you might just say, you might want to put a line in about the service that you provided, how you found the timelines, how you found the communication, and what was the end result, and then the impact on the business. So maybe you could give 3 or 4 sort of bullet points to give a bit of a structure of the testimonial that you want. That's ultimately you've got to think about, what is this testimonial going to do? It's going to sit as a placeholder on your website, maybe when you send out proposals, when you communicate with clients and they ask for references. So it's going to be used as part of your kind of marketing and sales process. So think about, what would your prospects want to see to be able to be confident to work with you? So that's the sort of messaging you want to get across in your testimonial. So that's where you can build up a little bit of a framework for you, and share that with your clients. And then, ask them to present it however they want. Maybe they want to shoot a quick video and send that over. Maybe they want to just send you a voice note and you can transcribe it for them. Just make it as easy as possible for your client to be able to give the testimonial. Always publish it with a picture of the person if you can. Makes it again a lot more personal. So on your website, just a little icon, same as like a LinkedIn profile image or something. Just ask the client if they're happy to do that. And obviously putting the type of company and their role is really important, because that's going to come back to kind of like your message match with your prospects who land on your website. If they're also a creative director in such and such a size company, or if they're also a founder of a small business in this location. So the more testimonials you have that are related to your prospects, that's going to increase the effectiveness of them, really. So a really important and powerful part of sales and marketing for your own freelance business, the testimonial. So yeah, do go ahead and get those when you can. And as I said, time it right, get the right information, publish it with credibility, and you're going to build up a nice portfolio of these over time. And you're going to look back, and that's going to give you some really good credibility when your prospects are coming across your profile on your website.